I'm Jill Goldsmith, Chatham Town Manager, and thank you for joining us for the 2021 Annual Town Meeting Preview Show. We will review each article in detail and note recommendations from town boards and committees to help you make informed decisions at the annual town meeting on Saturday, June 12th. We've changed the format of this show to review articles thematically versus the order in which they appear on the warrant. However, you will receive a warrant booklet by mail and also available on the town's website, as that is the official agenda and ordering of the articles. Because we remain under COVID protocols, town meeting will be held again outdoors at Veterans Field beginning at 12 noon on Saturday, June 12th, and our town election at the Community Center has also been deferred to Thursday, June 17th. Today's segment will focus on the Council on Aging Facility Project, Articles 15 and 16. Joining me is Principal Projects Operation Administrator Terry Whalen and Council on Aging Director Mandy Speakman. Here's Mandy to get us started.
Thank you, Jill. Hi, I'm Mandy Speakman, Director of the Chatham Council on Aging. I'm here to talk about Article 15, which is a capital project article and debt exclusion ballot question for the design, construction, and equipping of a new Council on Aging facility at 1610 Main Street. The town continues to move forward replacing capital facilities deficient in meeting current and projected needs. In 2011, discussions on addressing deficiencies with the existing Council on Aging facility were tabled as the town focused efforts on building a new fire station headquarters. Article 15 seeks funding for the design, engineering, and construction of a 10,965 square foot C.O.A. facility at 1610 Main Street. So what does the Council on Aging do and why is it important? The Council on Aging not only makes referrals, but accepts them. The C.O.A. shines in its role as a connector, making effective referrals and warm handoffs. The C.O.A. is lucky to be able to be a touch point for long-distance friends and family members. And we are connected to both highly visible and highly marginalized people in our community, and we're privileged to have their trust. The C.O.A. supports and serves an often hidden and sometimes disenfranchised part of the population. These people may speak English as a second language or may not speak English at all. These people might not be white and may not see themselves represented in our leadership. And sometimes these folks are less likely to attend any kind of town meeting due to the digital divide, physical infirmities, and perhaps cognitive or mental health issues. The C.O.A. is trusted not only as a source of information, but as an organization who will guard dignity and confidentiality while effectively connecting people to the resources that truly meet their needs. The Council on Aging is part of a cross-sector working group that prioritizes collaboration among different entities to expand the range of proactive services focused on safety for older adults and the effective uses of our town resources. Following a tragedy in early 2015, the C.O.A., police, fire, EMS, and health department began meeting regularly to break down silos and create a strong internal network. The VNA's public health nurse and the Chatham Housing Authority have since joined us as well. A priority of this group has been creating process and structure for best practices, including extensive training in adult protective services. This group has been effective in creating and implementing the Chatham C.O.A. Referral People Form, an outgrowth of the now defunct Reaching Elders with Additional Community Help program. This electronic form is now used by Chatham's public safety responders to refer residents to the C.O.A. who they observe to be in need of additional community help and resources. This group has also implemented programs in risk reduction, including identifying and documenting homes where vents are at risk for being blocked by snow, distributing ice melt, following up with older adults on the Do Not Plow list to ensure access for emergency response, and offering home hazard assessments for residents who opt to participate. C.O.A. and fire EMS personnel identify potential fall and fire safety concerns inside and outside the home. The resident is offered education and assistance getting and installing safety equipment when necessary. The solid, collaborative working group relationship has laid a foundation that will continue to serve the community, save the town money through faster identification of at-risk older adults, and provide our older residents with comprehensive tools to ensure the opportunity to stay in their homes safely. So why do we need a new facility? The current building is functionally obsolete. It does not meet the town's needs for present-day C.O.A. programming and does not allow for reasonable growth into the future. From our 2016 Community Needs Assessment, we know that the community requested we expand caregiver support programs. The final report recommendation was to expect and prepare for an increased demand in C.O.A. services. This was pre-COVID. The supportive and medical day programs in our region have either been suspended or have gone out of business. We know from this past year that in-person interactions happen most consistently in an indoor physical space. Even before the pandemic, the C.O.A. was so much more than bingo and lunch. There are needs for dedicated space for us as we grow older. The needs and desires of a 60-year-old can be very different than those of a person who is 90 years old. And as we age, we come to the Council on Aging for different purposes. Some come for social connection, recreation, arts, lifelong learning classes, volunteering, legal help, and more. For some people, retirement or other life circumstances, such as becoming a primary caregiver for a grandchild, can result in a shift in income, and there can be needs to access financial benefit programs and low or no cost classes and programs. And regardless of whether a person is a younger senior or an older elder, meeting in a private and comfortable space can help staff create a relationship in which clients feel secure and effective service provision can happen. There are disadvantages to being in an older building with multiple floors not purpose-built for use by the older adult population. In the current building, many of the rooms have columns in the middle of them, restricting their use and limiting their actual occupancy. The 3-story layout is not ideal. The elevator is not insulated, and there are circulation and accessibility constraints. Sightlines and movement in most rooms are impeded by posts, which also compromise safety and security. Privacy is an issue in the existing building. Outreach offices that require confidentiality are located right off the lobby. The reception area is in a separate room to the right of the main entry, so it can be difficult to register who arrives and note who leaves the building. On the second floor, the spaces are small, and to get to the conference room where board meetings and programs are held, you must travel through the library and the greeting card area due to lack of common circulation. The medical screening room lacks windows and a dormer, and the multi-purpose conference room also lacks a dormer. During normal operations, we have limited capacity to meet parking demand. And additional deficiencies include the residential level HVAC system that currently recirculates air through the building. There is no fresh air exchange and no air disinfection capability. In 2015, a comprehensive community needs assessment was commissioned by the Town of Chatham and the Friends of the Chatham Council on Aging. This was run by the Center for Social and Demographic Research on Aging at UMass Boston, and components of this needs assessment included a full demographic profile of Chatham, a brief survey of summer residents, community forums, focus groups, key informant interviews, an overview of C.O.A. programs and services, peer community comparisons, and a survey-based data collection from year-round residents over 50 years old. There was a 39% response rate of those surveyed, which equated to 25% of the year-round total population at that time. The final report, The Future of Aging in the Town of Chatham, is available at www.chathamcoa.com. Following the presentation of the final report to the Board of Selectmen in March of 2016, a consultant assisted in the development of a revised mission and values statement and an action plan to act as a guide for the COA to use in implementing the findings of the Community Needs Assessment. This included consideration of the current COA facility. In November of 2016, town staff made a presentation to the Board of Selectmen on the existing facilities status and potential options. The limitations of the existing space and site, coupled with increased demand for COA services, led to a consensus that the existing building at 193 Stony Hill Road no longer provides for operational efficiency and is ready for replacement. Terry Whalen is now going to share more information about the project itself and the site selected for the proposed new facility.
Hi, I'm Terry Whalen, Principal Projects and Operations Administrator for the Town of Chatham. I'm going to provide an overview of the proposed site, building, and total project budget. A multi-year comprehensive site selection process led to 1610 Main Street being chosen by the Select Board for this project after reviewing numerous municipally owned sites and privately owned properties submitted for consideration via a request for proposals or RFP process. Many factors played into this privately owned site being the final choice. There is an offer for the land to be donated. The town can acquire this land for the primary purposes of building a COA facility through a land donation agreement with the owner. The proposed building on the site enhances the ability of the COA to meet the current service needs of the community while also providing for the possibility of future expansion. The site can provide needed parking capacity with level, convenient handicap access for building visitors. It is also adjacent to publicly owned open space. The site can easily be accessed by existing public transit services in the corridor. With the completion of the West Chatham roadway design project, the multi-use path will border the property. The addition of roundabouts to the east and west of the property will ensure easy access in and out of the parking lot. No left turns will be necessary. This West Chatham location offers a neighborhood center close to other services and amenities. The proposed 1610 Main Street site for a new COA facility is located outside any existing or proposed approaches or the existing runway protection zone, also known as the RPZ of the Chatham Municipal Airport. The two-level building concept approved by the Select Board with a proposed gross floor area of 10,965 square feet reflects a reduction in area from the original space needs study preliminary concept proposed, based upon public feedback about the size and price concerns. The final proposed layout was developed with the assistance of a working group established by the town manager, including Select Board, Finance Committee, Citizen, and Summer Resident Advisory Committee members supplementing the architect, OPM, and town staff. After multiple plan changes and identified reductions by the working group, were incorporated into the final concept to gain consensus and bring forward a project balancing function with cost effectiveness. The layout meets Chatham-specific needs and programs. The proposed building enhances the ability of the COA to meet the current service needs of the community, and it allows for future expansion within the building footprint if necessary. The proposed 10,965 square foot building also will meet the space and storage needs of the COA by providing room for required apparatus and meeting the requests of residents brought forth through the 2016 Community Needs Assessment. These needs identified also include expanding transportation services for seniors, maintaining and potentially expanding outreach programs directed towards the at-risk older adult population, maintaining and expanding program and service functions, including caregiver support, support programming for more active older adults, focusing on fitness, adult learning, recreation, and social opportunities. Based upon the site and building concept for a new COA facility at 1610 Main Street, the total cost of the project is estimated at $8,395,555. The project budget includes both construction and development costs to fully outfit the building. The estimate is based upon a 2-year construction schedule, including design development for bidding, site development, and building construction, with a targeted occupancy in May of 2023. At this point, I'd like to turn it over to the Finance Director, Alex Halela, to review the financial considerations for Article 15.
Thank you. Yes, Article 15 for the Council on Aging project, based on our projected debt service for this project, which is the $8,395,555 with a 3% interest rate, which is very conservative at this point, for a 20-year term. The first year of debt service would come to $671,644. The impact on a single-family home valued at $900,000 for the first year would be $70.71. And then over the 20-year term of the loan, that would decline to an impact of $51.52. Again, this is based on the current valuation of your or your assessed value, plus a tax rate of $4.98, which is the current tax rate, and the interest rate of 3%, which at this time we're expecting is a very conservative rate, as interest rates are running between around 2 to 2.25% for loans of this nature. There'll be more information on our website, and we're happy to show the total impact if all 3 borrowing articles are approved at town meeting, which I will show later in this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Please visit www.chatham-ma.gov, click Town Projects, and click Council on Aging COA project for complete project history and details. For Article 15, the Select Board voted to recommend 5-0-0. The Finance Committee voted to recommend 3-2-3. And the vote required to pass this article will be a 2/3 majority vote. The funding mechanism for this article is a capital debt exclusion question. A ballot question requiring a simple majority vote is scheduled for the annual town election on Thursday, June 17th, 2021. Now to review Article 16, a zoning article related to the Council on Aging project. I'll hand it back over to Terry Whalen.
Thanks, Mandy. I'm going to provide information on Article 16, which is entitled Capital Project, Council on Aging, COA Facility at 1610 Main Street Zoning Amendment. The purpose of this article is to amend the basic zoning district designation of subject parcels from R20 to municipal, as the intended use of the subject property is a municipal use which should be designed in accordance with the protective zoning bylaws requirements for the municipal district. The parcels included in this proposal include 1610 and 0 Main Street. They are also known as 9E-2-1 and 9E-2-2 on the Chatham Assessor's map. So essentially, this proposal would result in the changing of the schedule of dimensional requirements for 1610 and 0 Main Street from the R20 requirements to those of the M district. The setbacks and coverages proposed as part of the COA project are generally consistent with those setbacks of the R20 district. If the broader Council on Aging article, number 15, fails to achieve the required 2/3 majority, this zoning article will not be moved by the Select Board. The votes on this article are as follows. The Select Board voted in favor 5-0-0. The Finance Committee voted in favor 5-2-1. The Planning Board voted in favor of this article 6-0-0. This vote will require a 2/3 majority.
Thank you for watching this segment of our 2021 Annual Town Meeting Preview Show. We look forward to seeing everybody on Saturday, June 12th, starting at noon at Veterans Field. And also, don't forget to vote on Thursday, June 17th. See you soon.